Okay, so today we're going to make a shortbread chocolate chip cookie. So I'm going to start with a softened butter, and this one is just like an instant coffee powder. If you don't like the coffee flavor, just skip it. And we have brown sugar and we have icing sugar. You can also use granulated sugar if you don't have icing sugar. I just think that icing sugar will give a nicer, smoother texture. And then we're just going to mix it until it forms into like a thick consistency. Okay, so you see it's starting to come together. You don't really need to mix it that much because it will incorporate too much air. We just want it to be just like this. Okay, next we're going to add flour. And I'm adding a little bit of vanilla extract. Again, this is totally optional, but I like the flavor, the combination of the espresso and vanilla. So start with low and then mix it. So as you can see, now it started to clump together. Just to show you, if I clamp this, it would be like this. So just a little bit more before we add the chopped and the chocolate chips, the chopped chocolate and the chocolate chips. Okay, I would stop at this stage and I will just use my hands to incorporate the chocolate. So I'm using a combination of dark and semi-sweet mini chocolate chips and chopped chocolate. It's better to use the mini chocolate chips because when you cut it, if you use the large one, you know, it would be a little bit more challenging. It will break. This way, it will be easily incorporated and it's easier to cut or shape the cookie. So just mix it until it comes together. Okay, one thing that I forgot to add, I think I did not add salt earlier, so just, it's never too late. We can just sprinkle salt. This is perfect. Clean bowl, you can see. So you can use a cookie cutter, like a round cookie cutter for this one, or even a square one. But we're going to make this a slice and bake type of cookie. So we're going to roll it in a log. I am thinking probably about 6. Okay, this is still too soft to cut. Although you can actually cut this if you want to, but I think if we just chill this for a few hours, it will be easier. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just wrap it in a cling wrap. And then we're going to put it in the refrigerator. You can chill this overnight. You can store this in the freezer for 2 months. So once you're ready to bake it, you just have to take it out in the refrigerator and then probably put it from the freezer to the refrigerator overnight. Or you take it out and leave it in the counter for 30 minutes until it's manageable to cut. There you go. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator for now and then we'll cut this later. Okay, so I had this chilling for probably 30 minutes, not more than 1 hour. I think this is okay. Again, as I mentioned, you can leave it overnight or even leave it like 2 months in the freezer. Now we're ready to cut it. You can use a ruler to mark how thick you want it, or you can just eyeball it. So this is a 6-inch log. If we make like 1/2 inch for per cookie, then you will get about 12. But I think 1/2 an inch is going to be too thick, so 1/3 of an inch will be better. 1/4 and then 1/3. So you can just have it marked as a guide, like this one here, and then cut it. Let's do that. So I'm just going to eyeball it. I mean, you can mark and cut time, okay to just eyeball it. There you go. So another way is to use a scraper to cut it. So we can bake, you can bake everything, like, but if you're using a bigger baking pan, you can fit in 12 probably. I'm using the smaller one, so this one is just like 6. So don't try to pack everything in one pan if it doesn't fit, because the cookie needs space for the air to circulate. So we are going to bring this, put this back in the refrigerator for another 30 minutes before we bake it. And that's very important because we want to make sure that the cookie doesn't spread as much. Remember, these have a lot of butter. Okay, let's put this back in the refrigerator or in the freezer to speed up the process, and then we'll bake this. Okay, so here goes the first batch. So 6 pieces. So this is still soft, so we have to let this cool down for probably 10 minutes, and then we're going to transfer it in a wire rack.